everybody at Not Just Crew, and a very warm welcome on behalf of myself, Simon Costello, and my good old friend Trevor Jenkins, who's just in the background there producing, who'll be stopping in to give his input on this evening's show. Now, this evening's show, if you hadn't already known, is about the IATA Crew Skill Leveraging course that we're lucky and proud to be supporting at Not Just Crew. And myself and Trevor have actually done it. Now, Trevor's done it today. So, without further ado, we'll just skip this bit and cue the titles.
Not Just Crew has been internationally inspired by you.
Good evening. How is everyone doing this evening? Good? Me too. So, for those of you who have been a member of Not Just Crew since, let's say, maybe August time, you may remember that ourselves at Not Just Crew and Johnny Jasper and Stephanie at IATA were pleading and begging and had a big campaign going on to get you to complete a survey. Now, the survey was, would anybody be interested in a course, if a course was developed, devised, created, to showcase you, like all your skills that you'd obtained throughout your course of flying, what all your transferable skills were. Now, so if you can, we did a massive drive to get the survey completed. Now, luckily, we had about 1,500 people complete the survey, and the vast majority were of a certain age group and also would like to see a day where they would go back flying, which was great. So they were looking for basically a course, something out there, a recognized qualification. You all said that you'd be very interested if this was to become available. So the good news is, this has become available. So you might have seen it over the last couple of weeks. Johnny Jasper's put it on. He's had it in on LinkedIn. He's put it on our page and various other groups as well. So this course, which normally retails at $49 for you guys, absolutely free. But this offer is only available until tomorrow, 5 o'clock to be precise, tomorrow. Now, you can register your interest. You can log in and absolutely get on board now, and it's still available for a period of time after that. That we'll discover a little bit later on. But yes, guys, it's completely free. We delivered what you wanted. So big tick in the box for us. We're super proud and we're super happy that Johnny's decided to give you this course for free. So without further ado, let's bring in the gorgeous Trevor, who's just completed this course today. Good evening, Trevor.
Hello, Simon. Hello, Simon. Yeah, what a busy day today's been. Not just the course, my eye. But yeah, you've already said it all. It's free. It's free, which is always a very, very good incentive. Now, most courses, especially e-learning, everyone's sort of not too sort of keen on. But I am so glad I did this course. I wasn't initially. You know, I'm on here to give a review. But I would say the hardest bit was literally getting online. You've got to use Chrome as your browser, and you've got to give permission for the pop-ups to come up, and that's the one thing. But IATA have put that in the instructions, and we will put a link in for that course. But yeah, read the instructions. But once you've done that, it was quite straightforward. Yeah, as you say, it took me about 2 hours.
And I know there was a few issues regarding some of our members. They were going through the stage of where it was asking for card details, but like you must be going down the wrong avenue if you're having to put the card details in there, because you don't have to do that at all, do you?
No, what you have to do, in fact, that's a very good point, Simon. Right, you create a Word document and you call it cabin crew. So for payment, you put in bank transfer and I think Johnny's put this in the instructions anyway. And then for proof, you've got to upload a file, upload the document cabin crew that you've just made, and then that will take you straight through the course. Again, but yeah, what was a tad confusing, and I've got to be honest, that's my only criticism of it.
Well, I mean, the course itself is absolutely brilliant. I mean, it recognises, it brings to your attention basically all the kind of skills that you need to get your point across in an interview. And there's external links as you're going through the course, and it makes you recognise what your skill set is. Are you more of a practical person? Are you like, do you more like into reading information? Kind of like, and it just makes you recognise like how you are as an individual, and you need to use those skills that you have in interviews, in applications. And I remember one of the links that it takes you to. It's it'll be a bit more fresher in your mind, Trevor. But it recognises what kind of personality you have, and what you work well with. Like, you know, like, so whoever's interviewing you, to recognise what personality they have and how you can like get them. I don't want to say like on your side, but get them to like you, basically.
Yeah, what it does, and again, it was worth doing the course, whether you got a certificate or not. And the reason I say that is I can't remember if it's Eleanor we had on or Jules Tyra, when she was talking about a course you could do to find out your learning style, whether it's visual, whether it's audible. And there's a questionnaire, it's quite in depth, but it was really, really good. I was really quite impressed with that. And then it went on to your personality type, which was quite amazing. Again, a long questionnaire, but worth it just to find out these results, regardless of whether you got anything from it or not. But which personality type were you? Can you remember, Si?
I can't, to be fair, but it was. I can't. How many was there? What did you come out with?
I came out, funny enough, and I've got it here on the screen, so show you what it comes out with. No surprising to me, of course. Actually, I am a architect.
Numpty.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Architect. There you go. That's me. And I've got an architect's personality, which means I'm really good at building things up. In fact, I'm quite amazing, actually. Genius.
I definitely didn't have that. I didn't have that one. That's for sure. I can't remember.
That's what it was. I put in all your answers that you told me to. So that's probably why it came out there. But no, it was really interesting. And it to be honest, I mean, I sort of knew my sort of learning style anyway.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was worth doing that. And later on, you had the CV as well. So no, it was. I was quite impressed with the whole setup. It really was.
I mean, it's like, and it also makes you recognise the kind of characters and the personalities that you clash with as a person, and it just goes to show that you try and avoid those situations where you like engage in conversation with those personality traits, and it just resonates so much when you actually go through it, because it's like, oh my God, that is so accurate. It just it just brings it to you. I mean, we already know it anyway, but it just brings it more to the fore, kind of say, when you've got somebody else who's kind of doing this course, and you just recognise so many of those things inside of you.
Absolutely.
Really good.
Yeah. I say, so I would sort of recommend to anyone to do it, especially, as I said before, it's free. It's free until tomorrow. So this is your last shot. And the good thing about it is, even if you sign up tonight and get it done, you've got 6 months to do it after that. So even if you just use this last 24 hours just to sign up, you've got 6 months to do that qualification. And it literally, I heard you mention it earlier, if you really get stuck into it, it took 2 hours. 2 hours max. Grab yourself a coffee, go for it. But you're not. One thing I will say about it, which is most definitely a positive, is 5 minutes into it, I actually found it really, really interesting. So So I mean that sort of kept me going on there.
Yeah.
The only problem at the end, which I think you've already touched on, it didn't come up as a certificate I could print off, which is I'm really sorry because I really wanted to have the pleasure of holding that certificate up to say I've done it.
I'll make you one. I'll make you one.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. No spelling mistakes. Don't want to have that. But it was what?
I've got to say it like when you're going through the course, you've got to go through every bit of the course. There's no skipping. There's no jumping forward. You have to complete every module. Now, what I may be saying, you may think, oh my God, I've done e-learning courses before. I can just skip ahead and get to the exam kind of thing. Don't bother doing the course for those reasons. If you're going to do the course, do it to enjoy it, because like Trev said, after 5 minutes, you kind of like, you're into it, because it's a subjects that interest you, because we as crew, former or present, we kind of like enjoy what people's personalities are like, how people's minds tick, how people operate, what people's mannerisms are like. We're very good at like reading situations. And so this course just like enlightens, it puts a light on kind of like all those things that we're interested in. So like, yeah, like as you say, after 5 minutes, you're really invested in it anyway, and you want to enjoy it. So you want to take your time as much as possible. Like you say, like Trev says, if you've already signed up for it, you've got plenty of time to do it. But do every model one stage at a time. Go through those external links. Do the little questionnaires, because they're very informative, and the great learning tools for when you do want to get a job and you're looking and you want an interview and you want to do applications. And then obviously there's the stories of like where other people within the travel industry have gone on to different things. I think you've got Ali Taskers on there, who does an absolutely amazing narrating of the whole course. Fantastic. It took me about 5-10 minutes before I even realised it was Ali. You know what I mean? But like she's just really good, very engaging, has your attention. And then you've got David Gott, who like it was letting you know what he found of benefit being cabin crew, now doing the job he's doing. You've got, unlucky for you guys, you've got myself, who talks about like cabin crew skills being transferred over to the NHS. You've got Claire Laws, Claire Adele. She's on there also. And there's a few others, and it's just giving you the tools that you need, that when you want to progress further down the line and go for these jobs, it's going to give you the confidence and a bit of more of an insight of what to do when you're faced with those interviews.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was a real pleasure to see one of our own presenters, Ali, on there. And I must admit, like you, I completely forgot that Ali even did this. And then bit by bit, I thought, I recognise that voice. And then, then it dawned. And then, she came up, and you can see her on the screen now, came up with one of her own stories there of how she sort of succeeded since leaving flying. But yeah, it's got everything there for you. Now, I was going to say, I'm just wondering why people would be reluctant to do this, to say, because you can get it done in 2 hours. And even if you are flying down route, just get on with it. But tonight's the night to sign up for it, to say it's free. You know, I think after tomorrow that I think it's going to go up to what, $50, $49. $49. So I mean, IATA have been pretty good. They obviously very motivated to get crews either back in employment or back to flying when it starts up again. So it's well worth your time doing this course. I say I was quite impressed. Apart from the login, that I'll give it a 9 out of 10 just for the login factor. But other than that, definitely.
I think what a few people, I did get a few comments off a few people. They're a little bit wary of companies that are charging cabin crew to do these kind of courses. But at the end of the day, it is a qualification. It's a really good course for you to become self-aware of what your skills are, like what maybe things you could improve on. it's a bit of a wake up kind of course to recognize what your skill set is, you know, how you can possibly change it. And like some people are just like they feel as if like companies shouldn't be charging for this, but like I'm not sure. I mean, for a start, it's free, but even if it was charged, the survey that we took out a few months ago, people were prepared to pay for this course, and obviously courses need to be funded. You know what I mean? They need to be funded. People need to be paid. They've got salaries to create these courses. You know, it's
Well,
and it's not a lot. It's not a lot of money. It's not a lot of money though. I mean, it's only $49. It's not a lot.
Yeah. But I say it's not. If you sign up tonight, it's free. And again, it's not a dodgy establishment like the Simon Costello Educational Centre. This is IATA, a recognised international brand. So you know, you're not dealing with cowboys here. So yeah, I mean, it's perfect. But no, I found it interesting. And I say I was interested, even if I didn't get a certificate at the end, just for the as we've already mentioned, the personality sort of traits. Your learning style. I remember. I'm pretty sure it was Jules Tyra. I'm sure Eleanor will get back onto us if it was her as well. But I remember saying it's really important to know your learning style, just so you know which to go for. So yeah, absolutely on there. I will be making. Go on.
You will get a certificate at the end of it. I mean, I had a few issues getting the certificate downloaded on my laptop, and eventually after a while it's allowed, because you have an award section at the end, and you also have a history. So the history will tell you what you passed the exam with. I got passed with distinction, of course, and eventually I did get the certificate, which obviously you can print off at the end of it. And if it's not a possibility for it to come through on the computer, IATA have said that they're going to try and get it posted out to you anyway. So don't worry about the certificate thing too much. You will probably get it in some way, shape or form, whether it be through the internet or through the post. But also, I mean, it's not just about interview styles, techniques, how to present yourself, transferable skills. There's an amazing piece on there, which was an eye-opener to myself, because when it comes to CVs, I just used to just put a couple of sheets of A4 with a supporting letter. But I think it's Sarah Willis. Is it Sarah Willis?
It's that you mean on the program it just says which organisation they use. But if you remember, one of the biggest posts we have on Not Just Crew in our Facebook is CV writing. It constantly comes up. Now there it was. In black and white, well, it was colour, but it literally went through point by point what you need to make a perfect CV. Now, there's one thing I didn't realise is that so many of these big companies now use this automatic resume CV sifter, where they scan the CVs and they're after keywords. So this is why it was so good, because in this it sort of showed you how to bypass that to get you noticed on there, even down to your type styles you use. Some work, some don't with these computers. So it's definitely worth doing this. And it also emphasised about putting too much information, because I know it's quite tempting to put every bit of information, every O level. God, I'm showing me age here. Every O level, every GCSE you've ever had onto there. But it just shows you how to minimise it, but to make maximum impact as well. So yeah, that was another impressive line there. Again, free of charge at the moment. So I just want everyone to go for it, really.
No, well, you're right. I mean, we have so many questions in our group on a daily basis about CV writing services, and obviously you have to kind of pay for someone to create a CV for you kind of thing. But we've got a professional CV writer who's actually on this course, who's giving you all the tools that you need to deliver and present an absolutely tip-top, spectacular CV or resume if you're from over the south side of the water.
I didn't know there was a difference between a CV and a resume. A CV is usually 2 pages long, and a resume is usually 1 page long. So again, that's something I've learned today. And also on that course, while you're doing it, you can download a PDF on the tips.
Is that legal?
Yeah, it's legal. Yeah, it's
right.
it's legal. Yeah, either that or do a screenshot.
Like
but
download one.
There is a downloadable PDF for that. But say that's one of our biggest inquiries we have. And Simon, you'll know this. We see this day after day. Oh, who knows a good CV writer, or what's good in a CV? So yeah, well, I say we'll pop the link up. But I say you've got to be done by obviously
5 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah,
it's 5 o'clock tomorrow. I mean, there's been plenty of links. If you go into our group and you click on IATA announcement, all the kind of links, all the way dating back to like August, when we were looking for people to do the survey. But all the recent links are in there as regards to going direct to the course details. Obviously, if you start encountering any troubles, there could be something wrong with the pop-up blocker browser thingy-majiggy. How's your father? So, like, what do you do with that then, Trev? If there's something going on, do you just go into the pop-up and just disable it?
You have to do, and again, they have actually written quite clear instructions. You've literally got to follow the instructions to the letter. Now, you've got to use a Chrome browser. Now, when you're on there, you'll see, if you go to the right-hand side of the screen, you'll see 3 small dots. Click on that, and then eventually go down to settings, and then if you just allow, you can either allow individual web addresses to put a pop-up on, or just allow all. But after that, it works fine. But as I say, that was the hardest bit, was was getting started. After that, it was just like any other e-learning. But unlike a lot of e-learning, this was actually really quite interesting as well. And something you usually pay a fair amount of money, because those personality tests and even learning skills, I mean, that they used to
they're great.
They're great, but they used to cost a fair bit. So to have it done for free, you know, was
and don't be afraid, like whatever the outcome comes out, because there's some there's some like bizarre ones on there. Just answer the questions as honestly as you possibly can and accurately, and then it just gives you a kind of really good reflection of like what personality you are, kind of thing, you know, and it tells you kind of like how to use it to your advantage, you know, and that's just a small part of the course. There's so many other bits to it as well, like, you know, there's and like it just takes you on a bit of a journey, but like also as well, right, really important. When you think you've got to the end and you've done the exam, there's another bit at the end of it where you have to continue on and to complete it, because I've done the exam and I thought that was it. And so but you haven't completed the course. There's another little bit at the end. It literally takes 5 more minutes. So just make sure everything's completed, and then the course will be complete. You go to the very beginning again and it'll be in there that the course and exam is finished.
Yeah. So I think it's a couple of the tech issues, which I know I said before, but that's literally my only criticism of it. But yeah, again, that I'm just trying to think what you said there right at the end of the course. So even after you've done an exam, there's a couple of other bits and bobs that you have to complete. Yeah, maybe I'll check that out just to make sure I have actually completed it. But I'm pretty sure
that might be why you haven't got the certificate, because what happened. That's what happened with me, Trev, as well. So make sure once you finish the exam, you do the other bits at the end. Yeah, and then the course is complete.
Yeah, I have a look at it. And when you get in there, let's see if I can find this slide here. Let's start that screen. You've got to go to. Maybe I can find it. I think it is called the student. Here we go. The student profile here, and then so you got the awards there. Maybe that's the problem they've been having. Full stop. You know, Simon. If maybe that's something we can take up with Johnny, just to see there, because that could be a problem there. I'll double check that, and what I'll do, I'll put the comments down below after I've double checked that. But I'm pretty sure I completed it all, because I did the course and the exam. But I know there was another course I did quickly, and it's to show you about the exam protocol. You have to do it, but it can scare the living Jesus, because it sort of says you're going to be having these live proctors. A proctor is like an overseer of an exam, and you literally have to get your camera phone and show you there's no one else in the room. That does not apply to this. So yeah, just be aware of that. But now I'll double check and find out, say, because it's a learning curve. But other than that, no, I'm pretty impressed.
And just remember as well, once you have completed that course, it's just something extra that you can actually put on your CV, and it's something else. Like it is a recognised qualification, you know. And if employers are noticing that you're actually doing things in your own time, and you're going out of your way, and like you're doing this, that because they've probably never heard of like the crew leveraging skill set kind of course, and then you've got like this qualification to like kind of back it up, and it's only going to be a good thing, isn't it? It's not going to go against you. No,
that's right. And as I say, it's like IATA verified or endorsed, you know, and written by actually. And as I say, the fact we've got our own Ali on there doing all the voice makes it that, you know, that bit easier on there. But as you say, you know, it's something else in going your CV, you know, it's and it is recognised. So yeah, I can't see what there is not to have about it.
Well, but even before like this went free, I was going to pay for it. I was going to pay for it to do the course anyway, because obviously we were involved in like getting the survey up and running, and it was, I just wanted to see it anyway. You know what I mean? I wanted to like go through the course, so I was quite happy to pay like the $49 easy. I mean, it's even that's a drop in the ocean really to get a qualification at the end of it. And if it's something you're interested in, it's something to do with the airline industry. And it's I've done e-learning courses till I've you know fallen head first in a bucket of like snakes, you know, like boring, you know. But like this is not a boring e-learning course. It's very engaging, it's very enlightening, and it's informative, and it just shines a light on how amazing you guys are as cabin crew, and then just how easily the skill set that you have are transferable in so many different roles, jobs. All the things that you're struggling to realize in our group, you do this course, and it helps you out and gives you a bit of clarity. Yeah,
absolutely. I'm wondering if anyone does do the course, or they've already attempted the course. If you can pop any comments in, we'll see they're passed on to IATA. Just because, I mean, again, it's one of these things you have to test. This is a new qualification for them as well. So yeah, any frustrations you got and positives as well, pop those in the comments box, and we'll most certainly pass those on. But as I say, you've got till, did you say, was it 4 o'clock tomorrow?
5 o'clock. 5 o'clock, 1700 tomorrow afternoon. I mean, already, this is only a couple of days ago, over 1,600 have taken the course on. Now, I don't know if that's a good amount or not, but it seems like quite a lot to me. The offer's only been out there for 2 weeks. So it seems very popular. People seem to enjoy it. And guys, there's only like a few hours to go kind of before the offer ends. So go for it. You know what I mean? Just register and get it all up and running. And like what Trev said, you can go back to it in time. You don't have to sit it all in one go. You can just revisit it and do it at your leisure.
Yeah, absolutely. Which takes us on to next week, actually. So next week, we have Paul Tizard.
Paul's on next week.
Paul's going to be taking the seat, and he's going to be chatting about interviews. Now, the interview process has changed massively, certainly since when I last went for an interview, because there's so many more telephone interviews and video interviews, which the IATA course covers, by the way. But he's going to be doing a rundown of that, and of course the old-fashioned interview once people are allowed to again to be go out and about. So yeah, definitely be watching Paul next week. I'll be watching that with interest. And a week after that, If you're interested in taking up a career within the care industry, great transferable skills for cabin crew, that might be worth watching as well. I think that takes us to the 15th or 16th of March. So, yeah, pop that in your diary as well.
And I just want to remind everybody who are new to this group, please keep the support and encouraging other people to join this group, okay? You know where that invite and share button is in the top right-hand corner. We want to get, at least in the next week, I want to get to 9,000 members. You've done an absolute phenomenal effort over the last 2 weeks to go from 8,400 to 8,850. I'm 150 shy at present of the 9,000 marker. Now, that's just another one of those things to tick off once we get to 9,000, because obviously we want to get to 10. That was like in the 90-day challenge kind of thing. But please share, invite, get as many people as you possibly can think of who's going to get support and encouragement from what we have to offer. Okie doke. New members, do your magic, share, get them to share. I can't thank you enough for all the efforts that you do to get us to where we want to be. It's really appreciated by all three of us here. So just keep up the great work, guys. We love doing this, and we know that you enjoy what we have to offer. So there's much more to come, and it's coming very soon.
Oh, yes. We got something building up in the background. In fact, I can't wait. Not that background. My duck background.
Right.
It's building up.
But yeah, guys, overall, I've got to say the review of that course, it's very positive. I enjoyed it. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. To be fair, like I said, the only the stumbling blocks I got was the technical sides, but they were explained to us beforehand. It's just me being a bit not too switched on when it comes to pop-up blockers and what you need to access things on. Trivial things. The course content, brilliant.
Yeah, but as I say, it is there. Just read what it says, and then it'll be fun and give you instructions how to enable those pop-ups. And you do need the pop-ups. That's why. So yeah, other than that, like you, I give it a 9.
Yeah, good man. Right, so well, let's just leave it at that until next week. Obviously, we've got Simon's Saturday summary coming up, and then obviously Monday's show with Paul Tizard. So on that note, I would just like to bid you all a very good evening from Simon Costello, and a very good evening from
Trevor Jenkins, and we'll see you soon. Should we go with the titles? No.
Do the titles.
Let's go.
Not Just Crew has been internationally inspired by you.